Hey guys, Zyger here. I just wanted to do a video on Crusader gambling priorities for Season 2. I often get the question, what should I gamble for as a Crusader? And that's often a question that's dependent on the gear that you already have, but I wanted to kind of make a video that showed some rough guidelines for what to target as a Crusader going into Season 2, which we will need to use Kadala to our benefit and in the most efficient manner to thrive early on. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Let's go into it a little bit. So I would say that once you get 70 and you start to accumulate blood shards, you're really going to want to first target the Akan's 5-piece set bonus, or 6-piece if you don't have a Ring of Royal Grandeur. And that's kind of, non-specific, but you really want to go for those pieces first. Well, which pieces do you want to go for first? My estimation, I think the best pieces that you should go for in that time period and in taking the icons is the gloves and the helm. The reason I say that is, well, there's a few reasons. First of all, the gloves, if you can roll a gloves to what you're looking for, it's one of the best DPS increasing items in the game that you can get. Cooldown, as most people know, gives Crusaders an indirect increase in damage because it allows us to get Akarat's Champion up more, allows us to get our Laws of Valor up more, generate Wrath with Provoke, etc. In that sense, it's a very big DPS upgrade. Also, I would say Helm and gambling for the Helm. Because of right here, just to show you, both of these options are going to be good. So you could have a chance of getting a Leoric's Crown, which is a very good item, especially early on if you can get a huge amount of extra cooldown from it, or the normal Akan's Helm. So you have two pieces that you can potentially gun for out of the Helm slot. In the same way, if you're going for gloves, the Mage Fist is a relatively common legendary glove that you can get as well, and that is actually a really high DPS increasing item, prior to Akan's. With the Mage Fist, you can do stuff like Blessed Hammers with the Burning Hammer rune, and you can do things like that. So I say gloves and helm first, then go for the rest of the pieces. So the shoulders, the chest, the boots, and the pants. Now, when you're gambling for the Akan set, one thing to know is that when you get a piece of Akan's, it's wise, even if that piece is not that good, to just go on to the next piece. Don't just sit and dwell on a single piece until you get the perfect rolls in Season 2. You really want to just move on, because once you get the 6-piece bonus, that is just such a big increase in your power as a Crusader in general. You'll be able to have nearly complete uptime on Akarats, and it'll open up all sorts of possibilities. Both of the specs that are the most viable, the Stampede spec and the Condemned spec, both use it, so it's fantastic. That's what you want to have. Now, after the Akarat set, I recommend going for shields. And that's because the shields, above and foremost, allow you to go down the tree of a particular build. The case that I am targeting, the Frieder's Wrath, is one of those shields that we're going to go for, but you could get the Unrelenting Phalanx. You could get the Jecking Board, which is not as powerful as the other two in total power level, but it opens up a potential build. So I recommend going shields. The other thing is that shields are only 25 blood shards, much like these other items that you would have been gambling at the Akans. It's only after you get either the Crusader shield of your choice, be it the Unrelenting Phalanx or the Condemned shield, that you should start to go for two-handed weapons. Always two-handed. Two-handed weapons are not very blood shard efficient, and they're very rare to hit what you want, but the pony build is very forgiving. You can get basically any ancient legendary item, and that will work pretty well for Stampede. Not so much for Condemn, although a Blade of Prophecy less Condemn build is still going to be okay for the beginning of 70, I think. But of course, as anyone knows, Blade of Prophecy really opens up the power of this build. So just a quick synopsis, go for the Akan's pieces, gloves and helm first, I think, then target a shield, then target a weapon. And if you do this right, you should have the ability to start to get, some of these other pieces like Vigilante Belt and Strong Arms, which are not especially rare, as you level with these pieces. These pieces are a little bit more replaceable. You can use, a Reaper's Wrap until you get a Strong Arm, which is really nice. Harrington's Belt is fantastic. You could even get lucky and get a Witching Hour. But jewelry is going to be more rare, and you're going to have to just accumulate that as you go. Getting the Ring of Royal Grandeur is not that super important until later. You can pretty much get one easily doing bounty runs on T6 once you get to that point. So that's basically it. That's my, consultation for gambling items as a Crusader in Season 2. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps you out a little bit, and peace.